let's get on with this. Anyway, you get the general gist. So what we'll do, we'll leave you there for a minute, because I would imagine it starts to get a bit monotonous, a bit boring after a while watching me doing this. So I'll carry on for a bit and I'll come back to you and show the end result. Monday morning in the back of the van, which is getting ready for a bit of a tidy out. However, won't be happening today. What we're doing today is doing a little bit of patch pointing on this very posh job in Lytham. Shouldn't take all day, just the last couple of bits around the back, which I shall show you shortly. Not very warm. Imagine this being your back garden, with the sea just at the end of the garden there. Right, so this is the little bit that we're doing. Just a bit up there. Just a bit of a patch. So I'm just going to attack it with the pick now, and then repoint. Okay. It's a bit awkward to get to this. Down a little bit. And of course it's had the usual sand cement chucked in at some stage. As you'll see, it's just been wiped over the top of the original. They are talking about us redoing it all at some point, so do it in lime. Do it right. Alright, get rid of that one. Okay, up she goes. Down the ladder again. We'll mix some gear up now, and then point that little bit in, a little bit under there, look. That there. Oh, that's hard stuff. Come on. There we go. Right, let's get this sorted out and get out of here. There's a couple of bits, a couple of joints here and there to do as well. A little bit right up there, but I've not got the big ladder, so it means I have to go and get it. And I think there's some bits up there to repair as well around that fancy bit of stonework. And then, yeah, we can escape onto the next job then. Right, let's mix some stuff up. Of course, there's the steps that we did last week, all finished now, cleaned up and repointed. And the repairs that we did up there, and those bits there. Best we can do with it, really. Right, let's get going. Now, because the weather has now turned and it's against us, and we've got frost forecast for tonight, we're not going to use a lime on this this repair, because, like I said, it's the whole building's going to get repointed. So I'm going to use a white cement, fairly weak mix, and I'm putting in a drop of the old frostproofer because it's going to freeze tonight. I mean, it's only adjustable freezing now. But if I was to do it with lime this time of year, it'd fail. So I may as well use a bit of weak sand and cement, which will basically stop the water getting in over the winter, and then it can be redone with lime in the summer months. Right, well, there's the gear. It's got a 5-to-1, which isn't very strong at all, but it will last the winter, and it shouldn't really do any harm to the stonework until it gets redone with lime. But it's just a case of basically just trying to stop water getting in between the mullion and the breakwork over the winter months. A temporary repair. Right, well, we've got that in there now. Awkward to film it because I'm on a ladder. Look at this. This comes off. It's somebody's idea of repointing the building. Just wipe some sand and cement over the top of what's already there. What a mess. This was only done a couple of years ago. You know, it's not like it's old. But I told her that it needs coming out and redoing the line properly. Well, that's not for this time of year. It's a bit getting a bit cold now for it. Because those who have just subscribed to the channel may not know, but lime itself takes about 38 days to cure. So basically this time of year we can't do anything with lime outside. And we've had quite a few subscribers over the weekend, which is great. We're over 500 now. Let's see if we can get it up to 1,000 by next year. So if you're enjoying the videos and the channel, tell your friends about it. Get them to subscribe too. And let's build this channel, and then I can give you more and more, better and better videos. Get that up there. Beautiful, these old Victorian buildings. Right, so that's that bit done. I might just attack that a little bit and just do a bit of temporary pointing on there as well, just to sort them through the winter months. It's terrible, it really is. And even there, if you look there, look at that. Can you see that joint there? They've hit it with a grinder, or somebody's hit it with a grinder. They've taken all the edge off the brick. Builders, eh? If you're a builder, don't do that. It's naughty. I don't think you would anyway. Right, next. Well, it's brew time. It's a bit chilly today, so I thought I'd have an early brew. So at 9:45. Yeah, so we'll be done here today and get on to the next job, which is going to be the trawlboat in. We're going to start on the side of it, which is basically we're going to start getting some of the paint off. And as usual, sod's law has struck. On this particular job, I have been using my generator, obviously buying petrol, which isn't cheap at the moment, and restricted with the old kettle. And what have I found? Outside socket. It's sod's law, isn't it? She's not been around to ask, you see. So, anyway, not to worry. Right, I'm going to finish my cup of tea and I'm going to crack on with this this bit of repair work, and then we'll get you on the trawlboat in, which is more interesting than this. Right, off to go and get the big ladder now. Very tight to get out of here. I've got about 4 inch either side of the van. And we're out. Right, See you when I get back. Anyway, that's that bit up there done. So climb down now, clean up, and we're done. Off to the next job. And guess where I am? Just having a bit of a sweep up at the bottom of the scaffolding on the parish church job. It looks a bit patchy, but we knew it would be. It's the difference between cement-based mortar and lime mortar. I mean, what's left now is cement-based mortar, obviously apart from the lime we've done. It's just a shame that they didn't have us do the whole thing. You know, it looked absolutely splendid, the whole thing done in lime. But I chatted with the vicar today and he's quite happy with it, so there you go. Of course the clock looked smashing and the statue looked lovely and clean. Off to the next job now. Again, moving on. Getting through some bits today, aren't we? Yes we are. Let's quick look up that side there. We didn't do a lot on that side. Not only have I cleaned out the van, but I've picked up the scaffold tube and I've already loaded up the steel framing, because we're starting this. Stripping the paint off, restoring all the bricks and brickwork, and then line pointing it. But the line pointing not be for quite some time. I'm going to get it all back to brick first. And also on this project we've got a load of lime plastering inside to do, and brickwork restoration and line pointing. Right, let's crack on and get this scaffolding set up. Well, that's the scaffolding up, and I've been doing a bit of the removal of paint this morning. I've not filmed it, because there's going to be plenty of opportunity to film it later. Recut the stone lintel as well. That's taken me about 2 hours to cut that and get it right. But can't really see for the netting, but oh, in fact I can come around here. That one there I recut and repaired just before I started the parish church job. Obviously the top's covered in dust at the minute. But yeah, we've started. It's an immense job. All this, obviously that gable end there, all this to do, including a chimney up there. Not this bit, but then I'm on about having this done on a flat render. And then the back, got all that stripping and the brickwork restoring on there. And I think, yeah, it is. That's next door's that little apex, but from what I can gather, they want theirs doing at the same time. So quite a bit of work to do here. Well, you can see there, it's obviously covered in thick dust at the minute, but that's quite a bit of paint removed and the stone lintel recut. Okay, so the general gist is I use this, which is a diamond cup disc, which removes the paint and the cement slurry that's on the brick. And then I go over it with this, which is a flapper disc, and it's a 40 grit, and you end up with. So we're going from that to that. Of course, your stone as well. Go over it with the flapper disc and the diamond cup disc. The stonework was like that. It makes a hell of a difference. So of course this is your cement mortar that's been put in, which we will be removing. There's your original lime mortar. So we'll cut a thin line through the middle of these joints and then break it away, and then obviously cut this to about 30mm. It's quite an exposed gable this, so we'll cut the old lime out to about 30mm and reintroduce a new lime. We won't be doing the new lime just yet because it's winter, but I want to get it all stripped ready for the spring. Right, I'm going to crack on. Right, well, it's Thursday morning. It's absolutely chucking it down. Put some tarpaulin up on the scaffolding, and it's just keeping the rain off. It's still wet through and covered in thick red grit. Lovely. Right, I'm going to demonstrate now exactly how I'm getting this paint off. Dirty, dusty, horrible job. But somebody has to do it, and that somebody happens to be me. Right, so first of all, it's the old PPA on. Get that dust out of the lungs and the grit out of the eyes. Whew. Well, it's just like a wet mush coming off here at the minute, clogging everything up. Excuse me. Oh, tangle. There we go. What's going on with this wire? Right, so anybody that's sort of wondering why I'm not using a paint stripper or that type of method for removing this, as in earlier videos on this particular project, I explained that underneath this paint is a cement-based slurry. We started initially with a paint stripper, however, it brought the paint off, but not the slurry, so we ended up having to go over with a cup disc anyway. Paint stripper was quite expensive, and I felt like I wasted my money using it when I had to go over it with a cup disc anyway. As far as taking the hard shell off the brick is concerned, that probably went many years ago anyway, so it's not making a great deal of difference. All the bricks are pitted and eroded, purely because of sand and cement pointing, cement slurries, and plastic paint. But we'll get it all good again. Right, crack on. So basically, this here is saturated. You see it's coming off like mud. Now it's not because it's raining, It's basically because this is a solid 9-inch wall. There's no cavity, and inside it's had gypsum plaster put on it, and outside obviously it's had cement mortar pointing. It's had a cement slurry on it, and it's had plastic paint on it. So the moisture that's coming up can't get out. It's trapped. So it's become saturated. Now I know when I cut out this cement mortar pointing, it'll come out like a wet paste, purely because it's all saturated. Now what will happen is, because we're removing everything that's trapping that water, the walls will start to breathe again, become vapor permeable, and all of that water eventually will come out, and everything will start to dry out inside and out. And that is why we're doing what we're doing. It's not so it looks pretty, we're doing it because they've got a major problem with damp. And it's the only way to rectify it on these old buildings. It's no good getting a chemical damp course done, because that's doing absolutely nothing. It's had one, you know. It's no good using waterproofers to paint on bricks. It's no good putting paint on. It's no good doing cement mortar. It's all going to make it worse. If you've got damp problems and you've got cement pointing in your brickwork, and it's a lime-built building, get that cement pointing out, do it with lime. That will get rid of all your damp problems. It's awful stuff, cement. It's too hard for the brick, and it traps water. So there. Right, so there we go. That's basically what we're doing. We've got the whole of this building to do like that. And like I say, it's purely to eradicate damp issues. Right, I'm going to get a cup of tea now, so it's about 10 o'clock, and give the machine time to cool down. We'll catch you in a bit. You can see how wet the brickwork is. I mean, that's not been rained on or hosed or anything. The dust is sticking to it, turning into a thick red paste. Well, that's not bad. One little bit to go there. It's only 3:30, so I'll get that easy. Only snag is it's got that fibre optic cable there, which is a bugger. We've been out today and changed the one at the bottom because it snapped. But we're getting there. We're getting there. You can see how damp that wall is. The dust is just sticking to it for England. You wipe it, it's like a red paste. Absolutely saturated top to bottom. But, getting this paint off will allow it to start drying out. Right, well I think that's it for this particular video this week. Not a lot more to show you today. It's just more removal of paint. So I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, the usual, give us that big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. And welcome to all the new subscribers. We had 25 new subscribers last week, which is fantastic. Thank you for subscribing, really do appreciate it. And I noticed there's been 1 or 2 views from some of our American cousins. Again, welcome to the channel. I hope you're all finding it interesting the way we do things over here in England. Right, that's it. We shall see you next week.